gives him a lot of leverage. Now, whenever you're kind of crossbody like this and he's on a base, anytime he's on a base and I have a leg in, I call it crossbody, even though it's not totally over here. He has three options. The first one is he sits to his far hip. Go ahead and sit there. Boom, sit, boom. And I'm chasing this way. If anybody ever sits this, don't chase to the legs. Guys, always retract, boom, attack the head. Okay, that's his first option. Go ahead and get back on your base. His second option would be he sits me to his near hip. Go ahead and sit this way. Boom, he starts working this side, almost like a crab. Usually when you're here, guys, bottom guy wants to take the leg side and have it high. So you bring it all the way over here and you start working. That makes it very hard for me. The third option he would have would be to tripod. Go ahead and tripod all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, tripod, boom, and he starts shaking me off and stuff like that. Go ahead and go back down. Good. Now, obviously, there's a million other things you can do. I call it a kamikaze Granby roll when you roll the leg in, stuff like that. But it all comes off of one of those like a tripod. So the way I anchor down beats all three of those. Far hip, near hip, and tripod. Okay? So it is kind of a cross body. My elbow hits this rib and I wrap inside. I'm not doing the guillotine where I take it over my head. Okay? It wraps inside. Now he can't sit to his near hip because I'm anchored here. But he can still tripod and he can still sit to this hip. So I also have to have his ankle like this, right? Try and do one of those three. Go. Go. Right? I'm fine here. Right? I'm fine. So go ahead and go back to my base. First thing I try to do is just break him down. This is why I don't have a long boot, so I can drive on that foot. I just drive forward. And what ends up happening is I rip his arm up and I rip his heel into his butt. Drive forward. Just like that. Now I take leg curl, I'm back to square one. Right? Let's say that doesn't happen. Come back up. Let's say I rip his arm up, but he stays on a base. I'm driving, I can't get it, can't get it, can't get it. I rip his arm up. What could I do here? Same stuff applies, right? Moving farther. Let's say I rip his arm up, but he doesn't bring it up like this. Instead, I rip his arm up, but he pulls his hand straight to his own belly. So he does that because he knows I can go bar. Right? Just like this. Ball and chain. Right? Reach behind the back, go ball and chain. So, you have a lot of options. Right?
Say one more.
Yeah, do it.
So do what you just did. Tie, pull to your belly and go to your left hip tie. But you don't get this crotch yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, right there. Now what?
From here, I would just come back on top.
Just flip it up.
Back on top, yeah. I like when they go to the hip just because we're riding. Here's my challenge now. Okay, go ahead and sit down for a second. I showed you 3 ways to get a leg in, not including those ones right there. So, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go, someone's gonna show us. Jam, claw, roll through tilt. As you roll through tilt, you push that thigh pride down, slip leg, and he bellies out. So you only get a 1 count. You go hip dip, leg curl. You have your figure 4. Yoke him over, regular figure 4, ladle his face off. If somebody could do that, I'd be very impressed. So you're taking half of what you learned earlier and half of what you learned just now, putting it together. I'm only going to say, I'm not going to show it. I want you to just try to do it. Try and think about what I'm saying. Ready?
Have Jack do
Listen.
Ready? Jam, claw, roll through tilt. We know that, right? Roll through, claw, tilt. Now, I roll through. This right leg is going to go because I have the thigh press. So I push the thigh down, slip leg in, let him belly out. I get no swipes. Hip dip, leg curl, boom. Take him over with the ladle. Wow, someone tried it. That'd be pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Try it? T-Y, go down.
T-I-E.
T-I-E. G-A-Y. So he does the ugly side, remember that, all right?
Jam claw.
Yep.
Jam claw,
Yep.
roll through tilt. Claw, roll through tilt. Boom, slip your left leg in. He bellies out, hip dip, leg curl. Boom, ladle his face. That was sick. So you see how they intertwine. Stuff you learned earlier, stuff now. Really important. 1, 2. Moving on. I'm gonna get tougher now, okay? So I'm mad we used him first because he probably could do this next one. Jam, claw, fake roll through tilt, throw my far leg in, and yoke him back. What I call that one, you guys remember?
Like the choke one?
Yeah, the choke one, the leg tilt. Remember you just kind of suck him back? You don't get swipes though. So as you throw leg in, you suck him back, He bellies out. Right when he bellies out, hip dip leg curl. Try to take him over. He posts his arm. $100, half, roll through.
Hunter, get out there. Let's go.
No, me.
You can probably do it. I trust you can do it.
lost from like the first thing you said.
Hey, let me say it again. Listen, guys. It's okay that you can't do all these, right? But this is how I want you to start thinking. You can take moves that you. It's like learning. If you only learned underhook, high crotch, and all of a sudden someone told you to do, hey, underhook, single leg. You're like, well, I never learned them in that order, right? You can still pick and choose. So it's the same thing. You don't have to do just jam, pull, drape to get to your ladle turn. You could do claw, leg in to get to your ladle turn. I want you guys to understand that you can mix and match, right? So, one more time. Jam, claw, try to roll through and he leans away from it. So what do?
Put your opposite leg in.
Put my opposite leg in and I try and suck him back. As we go to his hip, I get no swipes because he bellies out, but my leg is in. So I go hip dip leg curl. I have the boot in. He posts his arm. I open his hips up. $100, half, roll through. Then how do you finish?
Teabag.
Boom. Who's got it? You can do this one. I know you can. Not yet though. If nobody else volunteers, he'll do it.
Yeah, hold on. Can you go through the like how you get the
Nate,
I'm
come
gonna
on.
walk you through it while you do it, Ty.
Come on, Nate. Come on. Nate.
Do it?
Nate Curry.
wanna do
Yep.
it?
Here we go.
You'll do the
Yep.
next one.
All right.
This one.
Come on, Nate can do this. Come on, Nathan.
Oh, I'm so excited. Perfect. Yes, he bellies out. Belly out hard, partner. Let him belly. Hit the leg curl. Reach your left arm out, partner. Left arm. Yes. Go ahead and open the hips up. Bar.
Oh, nice.
That was sick. Half. Roll. Yeah.
And teabag.
That was
Yes.
sick. That was sick. 1, 2.
Nice job, Nathan.
Last one. Last one.
I knew you could do it.
Tie.
Yeah.
Go on top of your partner.
Show him.
Alright, here's what you're gonna do. I'm just gonna walk you through it. You're gonna do exactly as I said. Ready? Jam, claw. Okay. Try to roll through. He leans right, throw your leg. Right? He leans the
Got
right,
back up a
throw the
little
leg
bit,
in.
Dex.
No, other side, far leg. Boom, pause. You can't yoke him back. He stays on the base. So you go ahead and change sides cross body. Other
Nope,
side.
there you
Boom,
go.
just like that. Good. Your right arm is going to hit his rib and wrap inside of his arm. Your left arm is going to grab his ankle and you're going to drive him forward and break him down. Go ahead and go. Pause. You're going to go figure 4. Good. Go ahead and take your arm out, go ladle, and get him halfway over. Halfway. Boom, he's reaching with his top hand, grabbing mat. Go grab mat with your top hand. Grab right here. Right? So you ladle to the other hand, bar, body like a C. That's it, right? So you guys can interchange these. That's what I wanted to get. That was really good. 1, 2. Any questions on all that leg stuff? That's a lot of stuff. When we go live this evening, I have the option. I could throw legs in and risk getting too high and reversed, or I could stick to where I'm good and just ride him normally, but never get any better on top. Risk getting beat at practice. Risk it. Who cares, right? Practice stays here. Actually, any outcome stays where it was. This is going to be the best thing you hear all weekend. This is not technique. This is how you should think in wrestling and what you should value. Your identity is not based on outcomes. We often do that. I'm a winner. Oh man, he lost it. We introduce people. Oh yeah, he placed at state. I already asked my guy right here. I was like, hey, how'd you do at the state this year? Right? That's how we introduce people. You talk about LeBron and MJ. You know, what's the first thing that you talk about? Titles, right? Which, by the way, LeBron's better. But,
No! No.
But
Not even
the
close.
point is, everything's outcome based. As a competitor, you should not think like that. You should not think outcome based. That does not mean winning doesn't matter. Winning is the most important thing, right? However, when you place your focus on it, you often protect, you often wrestle like that mannequin challenge, just stare at each other type of wrestling. Here's what I want to get at. Your identity is not outcomes. If I won in here, a lot of us take that home and think, I'm freaking sick, I was kicking ass today. If you lose in here to somebody you normally beat, has anybody ever took practice home with them and been bummed out? Like, damn, man, is he getting better than me? Man, I freaking suck today. Right? You take practice home with you. The outcome stays here. There is something that comes home with you, though. And that is the choices leading up to that outcome. Meaning, let's say me and him are often back and forth. If I feel good, I get him. If he feels good, he gets me. We're back and forth. go, first 10 seconds, I get a takedown just cheap, okay? And then I do nothing for the next 2.5 minutes. I just sit there, tie up, no risk. I won. And normally we would take that home with us and think, I'm sweet. But you know what goes home with you? You are now, part of your identity, not a risk taker. You're not. That goes home with you, that leaves you. The outcome doesn't. Your ability to not risk and be scared to risk will leave here and become a part of your personality, right? You'll be a bush camper, right? That's what's going to happen. Now, flip that. Let's say I normally beat him, but I shoot 50 times and I risk him spinning, and I lose 10-2. The practice go. Oftentimes we take that home with us. Oh man, I got my butt kicked today. That sucked, right? But what really goes home with you? I'm somebody who puts it on the line and risks. I risk shooting even though I might get spun on. That will dip into other areas of your life. That becomes a part of your identity. Here's the crazy part. It resets every day. Just because you're a risk taker today, tomorrow at practice, you got to do it again. You have to do it again. Period. There is not a day that you can just, oh, you know what? I'm just not going to risk today. That will sink into other areas of your life. There's other examples of that. Let's say me and him had a war, right? And I'm dead tired. And now he asks me to go next. Now, I usually beat him. But I'm freaking tired. So what are we guilty of? Oh, you know what? Hey, I'll go with you next. I already asked him. I'm going to go with him first. Anybody ever done that before? They're like really tired. They don't want to go with somebody really good. So they go with somebody that they know they'll kick their butt, catch their breath. Okay, now I can go with him. So you kind of shied away from discomfort. You didn't get tough. Guess what goes home with you? You don't really seek discomfort, right? You don't get tough when you feel like crap. Now, if you risked losing to him, you didn't fear losing to him at practice, and I went with him anyways, and I was dead tired, whether he beats me or not, that doesn't go home with me, but what does go home with me, I get tough even when I feel like crap. I get tough. I don't care. Hey, put it on the line. Let's go. I don't feel good, but I'm going to try and get some anyways, right? That will go into your personality. That will go into your identity. Do not take the outcome back home with you tonight. Don't take it home. If you get too high with your legs because you're risking getting better, guess what? Good freaking job. You're going to be somebody who's willing to experiment with new things and grow in whatever you're doing. That's what's going to go home with you. That'll go home with you. It's very important, and it's hard to understand because we have so much pride when it comes to the outcomes. We want to win. We want to do good. Okay, it's a very hard thing to grasp onto. All right, any questions, guys? I thought it was good practice. Everybody wave to the homeless wrestler behind you. He's over there. They're saying I broke your Rolex now. I have not seen his Rolex. All right, bring it in.